You are a junior copywriter now. I'm just picturing in my mind, if you go to a meeting and somebody talks about physio, you will be the expert in the
Yeah,
room.
like, oh yeah, my forte. But when they bring up Cairo, I get triggered. I'm like, oh no, we don't talk about Cairo there.
Welcome. Welcome to the next episode of the NexGen show. This is a show where we talk to young people about their hopes and aspirations and what they expect from the industry. Today, we are very fortunate to have with us Crystal Lam. She's a junior copywriter. And without further ado, welcome to the show, Crystal.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. Welcome. I have to ask you this question before we get into what you do as a copywriter. You did a degree in physiotherapy.
Yeah, I did.
How did that?
Oh, I had big dreams as a child. Wanted to be a vet, but my marks couldn't grant me like a degree or like a diploma in vet. So took A-levels, then went into physio because the next best thing instead of being a vet is to be an animal physio. So went for physio. Then I worked through internship. That's when I realized that, maybe I didn't really like it that much. I mean, I enjoyed it, but didn't really want to pursue it after that. So then I had a chance to do copywriting. Always loved to write as a kid. So when I had the chance to do copywriting, then I fell in love with it.
Okay.
That's how I got to where I am now.
All right. Now, so you have a degree in physiotherapy. That means you are like a chiropractor.
Chiro and physio, two entirely different things. So chiro is more on like the business end, and it's not exactly recognized in the medical setting, not in hospitals. So you don't see chiros in hospitals, but you see physios in hospitals.
Yes.
So physios do more on rehab and do more on different kinds of parts of your body. So there's cardiorespiratory, there's MSK, which is musculoskeletal, and then they do neurology. So it's like nerves and everything from the brain, all of that. But chiro usually deals with spine, deals with bones, deals with, it's more like a business sense, like a massage therapy almost. I could be cancelled for this, but that's what I feel like. So I will always recommend people to go for physio first before going for chiro.
Okay.
So two entirely different industries.
Thank you. I learned something today.
Yes.
You are a junior copywriter now. I'm just picturing in my mind, if you go to a meeting and somebody talks about physio, you will be the expert in the
room. Like, oh yeah, my forte. But when they bring up Cairo, I get triggered. I'm like, oh no, we don't talk about Cairo there. But recently, there's a lot of Cairo physio businesses where they collab with both, because physio is not often we are trained in business side. So then Kairos are trained in business side, so there's like a marrying of these two Romeo and Juliet type of relationship.
So how are you finding your new mission as a writer?
Great, actually. I feel like
you came for my workshop, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, how was your experience there?
It was interesting, especially when I get to experience all these different writers, because most of the ones that came to your workshop were like senior writers almost. So seeing the way they think, the way they write, the way they talk, that's experience on its own. So I feel like your workshop was more of like an exposure almost to the higher levels of the industry.
Writing is something that is difficult to teach. As a guy who's run a workshop on copywriting, you'll be shocked to hear that I'm saying that. But the truth is this. If the workshop was just spent on writing a headline or two, and we spent 6 hours on that, you get more value from there. So writing is such a personal, it's the exercise, and you redo and you rethink, and, it's because you just want to get it right. I have not experienced AI being able to do that at the moment. Have you?
Not really. It's like trying to hold a child's hand, if anything, sometimes.
AI can weed out the mediocre stuff. Yeah. Anyway, tell us, what do you do in a typical day?
I think for agency life, because I came into agency as a junior copywriter, but before that, I worked in the local condom brand. So by then, I was a copywriter. The first time when I tried copywriting and then learning the process of being creative, it was an experience in the sense that I get to create things. I get to write. I get to have trial and error with no fear, like no qualms.
Someone has empowered you, huh?
Yeah, someone's just empowering me. I think the support is very important, especially even in my current agency, like my group head and my CD. They're very, very supportive. So even when I make mistakes or like even when I get the brief, I understand the brief, I'm working with my AD, they always have this sort of emotional and mental support that even if I make mistakes, if I mess up, it's okay. Just try again. So day-to-day life is all about just trying, which I think is beautiful in a sense, especially when you're doing writing. It's just learning and trying every second, every day.
What sort of product in your head would you like to write for?
Honestly, I love silly brands. I love the crazy ones. Like maybe Liquid Death, Oatly, the ones that I can be more wild with. Ooh, that one would be a bit very, very youngster, very Gen Z style.
Would Benetton be that?
Sorry?
Benetton, is that? Oh, that you never heard of it.
Oh no,
there you go.
We cannot tell the differences in the generations.
I think they had a campaign 100 years ago. United Colors of Benetton or something. Yeah. Well, I see Nando's doing some exciting stuff.
Yeah, they do. I would be interested, to be honest.
Yeah. In fact, I see McDonald's also doing some interesting stuff. Yeah,
they are.
I think interesting people make interesting stuff.
It's very true.
A brand may be working with a certain team, but nothing magical so-called happens that moves the needle or changes anybody's lives. But when the chemistry is right, amazing things happen. And I believe the most amazing things happen is that when the clients or the advertiser has faith in the creative team.
That's very, very
or
important.
The agency, yeah.
I think it is interesting, like, as long as the client puts their trust in you, their faith in you, you want to work harder, you want to work more, you want to help them go further. I think it's very important that there is this trust between client and creative, that creatives trust in the client to understand where they're coming from.
When they trust you, you just want to do your best, yeah, or even more than that.
I would go beyond. If the client was, trusting in my ability, that means that they believe I have that responsibility for them. Then I would try to match their expectations or maybe go further.
Well, the agency already trusts in your ability, which is already a flying start, yeah?
So that's when I'm working right now, is for the agency at this point. Like, for even the accounts that I'm working on, it's more of like me pushing myself is to make my superiors happy, like more excited. When you see growth in a person, you will get excited for them and you want them to push themselves more. So I want to do that, the same thing for my superiors.
You work in a very interesting place. We won't mention names, but you have a very good creative leadership there, even in the management side. Where do you see yourself moving forward, moving on to within that same agency, say in about a year's time?
Honestly, I just want to lose that junior title.
You want to lose the junior title?
I want to move forward. But the max that I would ever want to go is probably just senior. I've seen what group heads have to do, and I don't know if I have that responsibility streak, that trait of being responsible. Probably not. But if you want me to work, I will go forward and beyond.
So, junior writer now, listen, Copywriter next.
Next.
And then senior writer.
Senior writer. And that's it.
Cukup.
Cukup.
Well, you never know, Crystal, that, these titles may change.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Nowadays we have...
from physio to copywriter pun. Life takes you to places where you don't think about.
Well, you get joy out of fixing things on people's bodies and making them feel well again. Brands also need that kind of care and love sometimes, yeah. Now I was saying that even in the agency ecosystem, titles change. So by the time you are senior copywriter or moving into a much more senior position, there might be a title like wellness writer or something like that.
Ultra senior.
Okay, good. Tell us about a campaign that you worked on which particularly touched you.
I think mostly it's a small project. So there's one that I worked on where we were educating university students, educating them on sexual education, sexual reproductive health. So that one is very important. I think for me personally, because I believe that sex ed in Malaysia is very on the down low. It's almost a taboo, but it's something that is on the rise. Maybe this is the physio in me talking, but I do want people to take measures to take care of themselves and to be healthy, because STDs are it's not widespread known information, right? And then people, when they get it, they don't know that they have it, and then they might spread it on to others. So that one touched me in the sense that we took the measures, and the welcoming of the students, like the students were happy, excited, and they want to learn. They have all these questions that we wouldn't have thought of if we were in the industry or if we were like growing adults. They have questions that they don't understand, they don't know, but they don't have the means to learn until we give it to them, and then we have to hand it to them on like a hidden silver platter almost. So that it's like a campaign that actually touched me, because we did work. Like you can see the proof of the work. Like all these kids that they understand, then they can make more sound decisions. Yeah. So I believe that advertising actually, it really helps. It helps to fill in the gaps that maybe the government or the education systems cannot contribute to. Then all these brands and then all these other foundations, they can actually come in and then fill in the gaps.
I agree. Advertising can be a force of good. And of course, there is the commercial side of the business also, where you have to earn money, you have to earn your keep to keep going, yeah? Are you looking forward to winning an award?
I think that one is like a shaky place for me. Of course, I mean, on paper, yes, who wouldn't want to win an award, But I feel like awards and all these competitions, what I would prefer is whether I can win people's hearts.
But winning an award is a recognition of sorts, and it adds to the currency of the individual's talent and adds to the portfolio. For our business, especially if you're a creative person, whether we like it or not, the KPI is that.
Yes, of course. Of course, we cannot lose sight of the KPI, yeah.
Yeah. Like in any company, they will have best employee of the year. This is good, not just for add value to the person, but encourages the person also to do better.
And I do believe that I understand from a business side of business point of view. If you want to promote someone, you have to see what they are worth. So, of course, awards is one of them.
Do you, when you write, sometimes when you write, you look at the sentence, you say, is this the correct spelling for this? Do you?
Often. I think as a human, it's normal to make mistakes like that, especially when you look at the words long enough. It's looking kind of weird. Like, you're spelling it right, but it's looking kind of weird. Like,
you don't feel right about it.
Yeah, I don't feel right forget about it. Even maybe the grammar too. Like sometimes I look at it, I'm like, in my head, I know what I wrote is right, but when I say it out loud, it kind of sounds off. Or it happens the other way around. Like I know it sounds right, but when I read it, it looks off.
Yeah.
Words. English, I think, is a crazy language on its own. There's extra letters in there that shouldn't be there, but they make the weirdest sounds.
It's only when you have to write that you suddenly start to pay attention to the words.
Exactly.
Even when I started in the business, I mean, I write, yeah, of course, I write letters and all, but when I had to write for a living, is accommodation with a double M or one M? You know, that's a big one.
Like counselor? Essential? Is it double S? One S?
Yeah. And you're right, it's the feel.
It's the feel.
That when you feel it's not right, that is already a strength in you. Because, like they say, like Hawkeye, you can see what is wrong when you proofread and all that, yeah? Language is feel. It's really feel. So, good talking to you, Crystal.
Good. It's great talking to you too.
Yes. We wish you well.
Yes,
all the best.
I try my best.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking to Crystal, and see you again in the next episode. Thank you so much.